Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. V. Mohan, and today I'd like to talk to you about this new class of anti-diabetic drugs that we use, the SGLT2 class of drugs in general, and dapagliflozin in particular. As you know, the SGLT2 group of drugs is a relatively new introduction in the armamentarium of the diabetologist and the endocrinologist in the treatment of type 2 diabetes. We have got several drugs to treat diabetes, but when this particular class of drugs, the SGLT2 drugs came, they were initially received with a bit of skepticism because they work on the kidney. And even people like me, we first said, oh, this is not going to make it because this is going to overburden the kidney and probably produce a lot of side effects. We later knew how wrong we all were. In fact, this class of drugs can be called nothing short of a miracle. How do these drugs work? First of all, what they do is that there is in the kidney, there is some amount of reabsorption of glucose which takes place. When these drugs are used, the SGLT2 inhibitors, they prevent the action of this glucose reabsorption, and therefore a lot of glucose is thrown out into the urine. And by doing that, the blood glucose levels are reduced. So you may say, well, there are other drugs to reduce the blood glucose. What's so special about this? Turns out that this class of drugs not only reduce the blood glucose levels, but they also are very helpful in reducing weight. So if you have obesity, and we know that most people with type 2 diabetes have obesity, this turns out to be a big blessing in disguise. Because many of the other drugs, for example, you take pioglitazone, the thiazolidine compounds, or even the sulfonylureas, or even insulin, they result in weight gain, whereas the SGLT2 drugs and the GLP-1 receptor analogs specifically reduce the weight. So for overweight diabetics, it's a big boom. Thirdly, it also reduces the blood pressure, which is very good because many patients have a high blood pressure or hypertension in association with their diabetes, and therefore it is very good. Then came the big news that by use of these drugs, the SGLT2s in general and dapagliflozin in particular, that it's very beneficial for the heart. For example, it prevents heart failure to an extent that today cardiologists are using this particular drug, dapagliflozin, for the treatment of heart failure. They claim that it's now their drug because they say it's now a cardiac drug. And incidentally, it just reduces the blood glucose. So it is our primary drug. What is even more interesting was that dapagliflozin prevented heart failure even in people without diabetes. So now the drug is being used even if somebody does not have diabetes. And finally came the kind of the final feather on its cap, if you want to call it that way, where it was shown to be beneficial for renal disease as well. It slows down renal insufficiency, it reduces microalbuminuria, and helps to reverse the renal condition, especially in early renal involvement in a diabetic patient. Again, the good news was that even in people without diabetes, it had these renal benefits to an extent that the nephrologists now claim that it is their drug. They say it's a kidney drug, not a heart drug, not an endocrinologist. So you can see that three specialties are actually vying with and competing with each other for this one particular molecule. So that's the miracle drug of the SGLT2 class known as dapagliflozin. Now you may ask me, with all these benefits, where will you use this drug, dapagliflozin? I would say you can use it anywhere. In a newly diagnosed patient, if you think that there's a high risk of heart disease or a risk of heart failure or multiple risk factors, you can definitely use it early on with metformin or even alone. Secondly, if there is already heart failure, or if there is any renal involvement, or if you want weight reduction, or if the blood pressure is elevated, in any of these conditions, dapagliflozin can be used earlier on. We used to think that it should be used as a third drug or the fourth drug. Not anymore. Today they have been elevated. And if there is a risk of heart disease or kidney disease, which most patients have anyway, you can use it quite early. Are there any side effects? Well, there is a small side effect, which is urinary infection or a genital tract infection, which can come if you don't drink enough water. So you have to tell these patients to hydrate themselves well, to drink enough water, and that can help to minimize the side effect of genital infection or urinary tract infection. But for this, there are virtually no side effects. Of course, one has to be a little wary in using it in very old people, or if they are very frail, or they are in a hospitalized condition, in an ICU, and so on, where you think that using a powerful drug like this can be a little, got to be a little careful. But otherwise, in every other situation, in the common garden type 2 diabetic patient that we all treat, I think SGLT2s in general and dapagliflozin has really come to stay. Last year, we had so many trials showing the benefits of these drugs, and many more are in the offing now. So I'm sure that these drugs will soon be recognized as the first line, if not at least as the second line, along with metformin in the treatment of type 2 diabetes. Thank you.